When you hear the sound of the bell, you know you in the championship rounds with the one and only King Amin of Essex, and I'm here with my guy, Georgia's own but internationally known Lidz Low, aka the Fans Corner. Tell the people where they can find you, champ, before we get started.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can find me at the Fans Corner, DAFANSCORNER. I'm on IG, I'm on YouTube, and I'm on Twitter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Giving out that good information. Definitely from the perspective, ain't gonna get super deep with all the hypotheticals, just straight what the fans want, what the fans need. And that's why this is my guy joining me here in these championship rounds. I got today's topic off some Marvin Gaye shit. I ain't even trying to be like, philosophical or morbid or nothing, man. But it's so much shit. It was hard to find boxing news because I'm a person that prides myself on not being distracted. You know what I'm saying? So I try not to bite on too many feints. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you got motherfuckers shooting down balloons in China, all this crazy shit. And somewhere within that, there's some boxing news. So I had to discern whether or not, what is important and what is not, like on real time. So going back a bit, fight week recap. Two things that stood out to me: O'Shaquie Foster, number one. Let's talk a little bit about that. Did you catch that one? O'Shaquie Foster and Rey Vargas?
Yes, sir. Caught the whole card actually. But yeah, man, good work, bro. That was a good, solid fight. It wasn't nothing easy for now one of them. I think Shockey did get the win, so that played out right. Yeah, man, shout out to Shockey. Getting there doing the work with a vet.
Now look, we've known each other for a long while, and we've been doing this. We've been sparring for a little while. I gotta ask you, so I'm gonna lean in. So I don't want nobody to really hear me ask you this. That shit is embarrassing. Yo, how come I wasn't aware of O'Shaquie Foster? Why wasn't I? You never told me.
Yeah,
you never put me on.
Where's
you put me on to every goddamn thing else.
O'Shaquie is who? Is that Shakur boy? It's either Shakur or Devin Haney boy. I forgot. I don't know. I can't remember which one it is. But he took a little trip back, down the road. So he had to go spend some time behind them balls.
Yeah.
He said he came out with his mind right though. He said enough of that bullshit.
hey, look, it's funny. We ain't gonna go too far, but ain't it crazy how that's what Creed 3 is based on now?
Wow,
that whole redemption story, because he ain't the first and he ain't gonna be the last. It was what's my brother from Ohio, Ricardo Jones. He was like Adrian Broner's mentor. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
High level championship contender, but he was out there. You know what I'm saying? He was walking that line. He was too real for rap, as they say.
You can't have one foot in, one foot out.
Yeah, man. And so if that's the case, it's always an amazing story when brothers, because I like the comeback. You know what I'm saying? I like that comeback story if that's the case, And
he got two losses, even though it was kind of early on, but he got two losses. It's just to show you, man, that them losses, forget them.
Mean nothing.
It happened. The next day is like it ain't happened, man. I know it's hard for some than others, but yeah, you got to keep it pushing, man. Got to.
Well, speaking to keep it pushing, you done walked us right into this. Mario Barrios. Not only did he keep it pushing, he done knocked the shit over.
I was going for Barrios. I think Barrios is a good fighter. I think he have a little trouble when he get to the elites, but that next level down is right in his little area. So shout out to Barrios. He got the job done. He was in his hometown, right?
Yeah. That was exciting for him,
Good stuff.
Again, those two losses is to who? Tank Davis and Keith Thurman.
See what I'm saying?
Like, they matter, but they don't. And again, like you positioned him at a level. And look, you said the level below, but look at what that level is.
Oh well, yeah, you got your Jerron Anderson, and you got your Stanionis and your Virgil Ortiz.
You know what I'm saying?
He might even be one more level down. Shit, but he got good size, so that might can help him out. But
truthfully, can he compete with those guys? Let's talk about it. Would that be a good fight? Because we got to talk about. We already know we got Stanionis and Virgil Ortiz. That's happening. So I'm just thinking a PBC fighter in the welterweight division is being occupied. We still don't know what's happening with them two jokers. Please, I don't want to mention their name, but Is that like a potential fight? Barrios, they done shined him up, and now they're gonna present him for Boots.
Okay. Long as you look good, and then you gotta think that's a name that tie Boots to somebody else. You got the Keith Thurman and Tank, but still Keith is in his in his weight class. So
and I like that it tied him to Keith because Keith is doing these things. And again, I love Keith because I'm a dodge it, but Keith, I'm gonna throw a few shots, man, because I've been calling for Keith to be the guy, one of those guys that says, you know what, I'm gonna walk down one of the young bulls and give him a shot. I happened to hear an interview. It was a throwback interview with him. He was on Sway in the Morning, and he just be talking like he should have been rapping, bro. This nigga, he just be talking so greasy. But I'm like, where's the action? This would be great. Almost not like a force, but if he need to get back in the game, common opponent, Boots, Barrios, Thurman eventually. I'd like to see that happen. But what's going on? This is what I'm saying. Like, this just sounds as far-fetched as is balloons going to Antarctica, spy balloons and shit. Is it potential of this happening, or is it just, conspiracy theory, if you will?
I think it's possible with Barrios because he's a name now. And it's funny in boxing, even though we say, and the losses it don't define you. And obviously it don't, because look what it did for Barrios. Look what it did for Pitbull Cruz. Because it's not about you losing, it's how you lose.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Barrios, shout out to Pitbull and all the others. It's like it, man. You take that L, but you ain't take no ass with them. You just lost.
Yeah, well, let's talk about a fighter. We're going to slide right to the heavyweight division. We're going to talk about a fighter that has, in our mind, he still hasn't really taken a loss because he only lost to the best out there. I'm talking about Deontay Wilder. That might be a controversial statement for some, but the truth is he's the second best heavyweight out there. That power is real. And there's been speculation in light of, I guess, Ruiz and Wilder. Talks kind of stalling. I don't know if it's finances or other things, but now we're hearing speculation about Ngannou and Wilder, and then now Hrgovic, the fake boogeyman, and Andy Ruiz has been mandated for some sort of IBF title. Again, don't punish me with brutality. What's going on?
Brother, I try not to bash boxing because I do love the fucking. I can't help it. It's something I love to watch. But and again, I'm the type. I don't care nothing about numbers. I ain't talking about nobody purses. I'm just talking about two people getting in the ring and fighting. But obviously, that's not happening because whatever the hell is going on. You got Deontay Wilder mad at PBC. You got him not happy with the numbers. So from what I'm hearing, that with the Andy Ruiz fight, he not happy with that. Brother, when it comes to these top people now, is obviously money is important. I get it. Again, that's why I don't count nobody's pockets. But I'm just interested in who want to fight, bro. If you ain't gonna get that money from Ruiz, and you saying Ngannou is more likely something to happen, okay, fine. I ain't tripping. Ngannou can fight on UFC and all, but he can fight it. If that's what you're gonna take, fine. If you're gonna take even for Fury for the fourth fight, I don't even mind that, brother. Because the point is, y'all fighting, dog. That's all I want. Miss me with the soap opera mess, man. I don't care the violin strings. I don't want to hear that shit, bro. I just want people to fight.
You don't mind Fury Wilder 4? You don't mind that? Yeah. Okay.
You know why? Because it ain't being forced. Deontay Wilder really think he can get one out, and Fury like, I'm gonna keep whooping your ass. Yeah. So if you got two people who willing, fine. I don't know what's going on with Fury and Usyk. I don't care. Make the fucking fight, man. It's undisputed at heavyweight. Yeah, Tyson Fury been running around with the WBC, but my guy is still 3 other belts, and ain't nothing wrong with you undisputed for me. Like, get in there and make it happen, Shawty. But we got the promoters and all the networks problems, bro. And that's why people say we want to go back to the old days. Yeah, Don King did what he did. Yeah, Bob did what he did back then too. Yeah, motherfuckers cross motherfuckers and all kind of shit. But one thing we got was fights. That's what we cannot deny.
And to a degree, we can see that happening with Top Rank, even if you look back, no matter what you think of where they're at in their careers. But fighters that they might normally market as a top guy or quote unquote A side, they'll put them against each other. So you'll see a Barbosa and a Pedraza, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see them, talking about, and it's all sacrificial lamb shit, but you'll see the Valdez and the Navarrete fight. They love to prop, you know what I'm saying? Those two constituents. You know what I mean? But and to put them against each other, So,
yeah.
but to your point, they're gonna make some of these fights happen. They're not gonna hold back too much. So, yeah, man, I don't know what's going on with that fight, man.
And it's messed up because it's like every time you think of a good fight, the first thing you got a second guess is will that network work with that network? Is that promotional company cool with that promotional company? It's like, my God, the promoter's not fighting. The fighters are fighting. It's to the point where I'm like this. Well, won't y'all just pick a weight class? That way, at least we could get the fights we want in the weight class. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
that's
all the PB, most of PBC 147 over there.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. PBC take 147. You got a 135, I think, mostly top rank.
Mm-hmm.
135 go to top rank. Just because that's what they kind of forcing us to do.
168 goes to the zone because Canelo got the belts, even though he, you know what I'm saying?
There you go, bro.
If that's how you're gonna do it.
At least we'll get the fights then. Instead of saying you over there, you across the street, you over across the ocean. Like, shouting, like, you gotta find out who the best is. Unless you not trying to find out who the best is, then okay, you can say all that bullshit. But my name, we gotta fight, bro.
Well, speaking of a fight, I don't like it. I'm gonna tell you why. I want to get your thoughts on it. But first of all, salute to Edgar Berlanga. You know what I mean? He ain't the monster. He Mike Wazowski, Monsters Inc. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my kids. One of my kids' favorite movie. Come on, Wazowski. He got to deal with the zone, and everybody knows where this is heading. It's a 3-fight deal. They're going to eventually line him up against Canelo. I want to blame Nestor Gibbs of the Boxing Voice and James Benitez, JB Boxing Talk, because these guys, they I don't know, they was plugged in. They made this shit happen. And I know there's an event. I know Puerto Rico versus Mexico, but my problem is, and I'm going to let you get some, Berlanga has been reluctant to show any improvement in any development. I don't know if it's the maturity or just the capacity as far as where he's at, his cap developmentally. But when you see that attitude, you guarantee, are they going to give him opponents that he'll even make it to the Canelo fight? Or are they just going to give him lobs so he could make it to the Canelo fight? It's a 3-fight deal, but will he make it to the third fight if Canelo's the third fight because of the lack of development he faced even when he was over there at Top Rank?
Hey, who could he fight? I know they've been trying to put Jaime up there, but you be honest, even that's a good fight for Berlanga. Because again, like you said, on the boxing tip, he hasn't shown to be better than, I guess, what you would think. Yeah, you had the, little knockout streak. That's cool. They got people attention. But, as it say, eventually, you got to step it up. Everybody's not going to be knockoutable. You know what I mean? You're going to have to be going to last that 12 with you. Yeah, it's going to frustrate you. Yeah, you're going to end up biting somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, Berlanga, man, I would say dedicate more time to that boxing, bro. Like I did. You got the eye on you. People give you the jury, and you like the clothes and the women. Cool, but you still got to get in that ring, player. You feel me? So, yeah. But shout out to you for your deal.
Yeah. Shout out.
And Canelo ain't gonna play with you. So between these 2 fights coming up, get your work in.
And that's what I'm saying. Like a fight with Jaime Munguia, who, again, I'm not necessarily high on Munguia. I believe he is he's breastfed. You know what I mean? That boy breath smell like milk. You know what I mean?
When he didn't take that Charlo fight, I was like, okay. Whenever you turn on championship, well, I don't know if your coaches made you do it, whatever the case may be, but you turned it down, brother, and you don't know when that shot can come back around. You know.
Well, you know something though, I kind of respect, because at least it's the team saying you're not ready, and he said, okay, they said I'm not ready, or they got a plan for me.
So it was the team.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Berlanga, because everybody's talking, anybody you ask that's high on him or high on his team will tell you that, with 30 fights in, they're still bringing him along.
Yeah.
30 fights in, they're still bringing him along, right? But, so, but that's a dangerous fight for him because he got to be ready. And I don't know if he makes it past that fight to get to Canelo. You know what I'm saying?
And that's going to go 12.
And then the crazy thing is, say he makes it past Munguia, he stops Munguia.
Who next?
He gonna be drunk off power. He think he gonna be ready for Canelo, which would only make the build up more exciting. But everybody know what the outcome, could be or would be, man. I don't, so.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Canelo's just, that's a reach. They trying to reach that top shelf.
And again, it's respect to Berlanga, respect to the business of it, but I'm interested in a more competitive bout. And I just believe that, just kind of even looking forward to Canelo was a little bit much. But speaking about another fighter who may or may not be looking a little bit too far ahead, man, we're talking about one David Benavidez. We know him and Caleb Plant is lining up at 168. His dad's out there, according to an article on boxingscene.com or Boxing 24, Boxing Scene 24, whatever the fuck it is. It's a semi-credible source.
Right.
What's going on? Because I'm wondering with Caleb Plant and all of the, smoke between them and all of the buildup and all of the anticipation of this fight, Jose Benavidez Sr. is already talking about what's next, meaning he signed to fight David Morrell Jr. and Boo Boo Andrade and Jamal Charlo, and he ain't even get through Plant yet. I mean, what do you think is happening? I get what's going on.
I think he's excited because he must know something. Like maybe Al Heyman done told him, y'all, if y'all go ahead and beat Plant, I'll line them up for y'all. I don't know, maybe possibly. But I would say definitely concentrate on Plant. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just gonna be a walkthrough, even though I got Benavidez winning, but it's not just gonna be a cakewalk. And I think Pops done got a little bit more animated over these last 5-6 months, maybe. Like he was always cool. I liked him when he was on the Boxing Voice. He do interviews, he talk right. And I guess that's why I said you see that little switch in him. And the reason I bring that up, because sometimes these dads, not particularly him, but some of these dads, kind of outdo their sons as far as the talking wise. You know what I mean? I know they probably got ideas and plans for them, but at the same time, it might not be the same as their sons. Again, not saying that this is David Benavidez, but Jose should just just pull back a little bit. Like your son, he's there now. It ain't no turning back. Just like when Caleb got that Canelo fight, ain't no turning back. You there. You done make you big lights. You're there. So get to Plant, beat Plant. As far as the rest of them, Morrell, I don't think Morrell is really ready yet. I'm gonna be honest. He's a good fighter, but I don't think he's ready. Then we got Charlo at the end, but besides, who else was it?
Boo Boo.
Boo Boo. That's the fight I want to see.
And let me tell you why I think in another direction, because I think, number one, there's no hate on Benavidez, but I'm talking about what I see in this fight happening. I don't think he beats Plant. I think his hands are fast, but his feet ain't fast enough to keep up with Plant, and he's going to get hit. I don't think it's going to be perhaps the knockout power, but he's going to hit with punches that's going to make him change his game plan, and he's not going to feel like he can walk Plant down necessarily at a certain part in that fight, and Plant's just got to stay the course. This is just what I think could happen. Now, if that's what I think happens, number one, I think that for him to get this Plant fight, because look at what Plant has done and what he brings to the table. He's coming off of Canelo, right? Win or lose. Remember, it's how you lose, right?
Well, he's coming off the rail, but
but coming off Darrell, but he went into the Darrell fight as the A side off a loss.
Exactly.
And so he's carrying that momentum, because coming into the Darrell fight as an A side off a loss, and then looking like the A side off a loss, you're guaranteed to be the A side against a fighter like Benavidez, who's been less impressive in that same period of time. Now, what I think is, maybe they said to Benavidez and said, look, man, I know you think you got this guy, man, but, you know, suffice to say, win or lose, man, we got David Morrell for you. And what that does for him is it gives him a title shot at 168, because Morrell's got that regular WBA, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, if he loses, boom, Plant's back in contention. He's going to be two-time champion. That's going to be a great fight, two skilled fighters. And then I think they turn around and say, listen, man, you got to fight the new boy over here. You got to fight Boo Boo if you want to stay around here. You don't even make it to the Charlo fight, because he still got to get his shit together, and Boo Boo won him first. So now you got to make it through Boo Boo Andrade to even get to Charlo.
That's going to be the fight, bro, because like you said, Benavidez' feet ain't fast, but Andrade can goddamn drive a race car around that damn ring, man. He can move. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. That would be a hell of a fight. Benavidez and Andrade, bro.
No slight to Plant. And I think Plant is a good fighter. Obviously, he's a good fighter. I just think Benavidez gonna get him. He got that with a 22-inch ring. Foot ring.
Yeah.
So he can.
And notice how I said that slow feet, 22-inch ring. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But I'm ready. I'm ready to see that fight. See, that's what I'm talking about. That fight. I'm ready, bro. Well, we got one more month, right?
Yeah, man. March. You know, February is a short month, man.
Yeah.
So we're going to get closer to that, man. Talk about what could happen. But let's talk about what's happening this weekend. Kind of a slight fight week, if you will. The biggest fight this weekend, I would say, is the Lee Wood versus Bronco Lauder, Mauricio Bronco Lauder, that is. That's for a featherweight title.
Featherweight, yeah.
Yeah, man. And we know Bronco Lauder's the kind of guy, he's been upsetting them UK dudes for a long time, has smoked with Josh Warrington, all that stuff. And Lee Wood, can hold his own, has held his own. He's trying to right the wrongs for UK. What do you think? Who you got, man?
Bro, I was racking my head trying to pick, and I think I'm gonna stay out of this one because both of these dudes can knock you down in the first round and can also get knocked down in the first round, but can make it through a fight. So with them two clashing towards each other, that's gonna be a good one, bro. If people ain't into smaller weight class, you might want to check that one out, because it's gonna be what they call a barn burner. Them boys gonna be, and it could be a quick night, or it could last the whole 12.
And that's the thing I'm afraid of, because I don't know which fighter could take it, because again, each of them could put the other guy down for the rest of the fight, or just for a moment. They could punish each other and go to 12 rounds. You could see Lee, putting on a more of a boxer puncher performance. It's a lot of ways this thing could go, but it is an exciting fight to watch, man.
Yeah, bro.
You also got this weekend, DAZN has got all the fights. And I'm not really into it like that, because this particular card, I'm not saying because I don't watch Golden Boy cards, but Golden Boy don't leave you nothing as far as the depth on their cards. They even try to give you the main event, you still be playing OVO, Who the Owl and shit. But suffice to say, Shane Mosley Jr. is in action.
Yeah.
Legacy, I like to see him continue his grind out there. He's in there against Mario Alberto Loanzo, super middleweight division action. Again, 168. This might be one you have to watch, because it's Golden Boy, but it's Matchroom.
Okay.
They mess around. If Shane Mosley Jr. win, it'll be Berlanga and Shane Mosley Jr. That's why I got this fight on here.
That's a good one. That's a good. Yeah, that's a good range for Berlanga.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
could be an opportunity for Mosley Jr. should that fight happen.
True.
Be brought in
It
as
could,
an opponent, score an
it could go.
upset, change his
It could go.
trajectory, right?
It could go both ways, bro.
Yeah,
It could go
yeah,
both
yeah.
ways.
Well, listen, man, this was another great. Go ahead. No, no, no.
The Shane Mosley, the guy he fighting.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name again?
Mario Alberto Loanzo.
Okay, I had to check him out. I ain't get a chance to look him up.
Yeah, I didn't really do a study on him. I didn't even do a quick study on him. So I gotta see what you know what I mean? See what this guy is about come the weekend.
Yep. Your boy Luis Neary too.
Yeah, Neary's fighting this weekend. He's in there against Azat Hovhannissian. This one,
him out.
Yep. Yeah. Hovhannissian is a puncher, straight puncher.
Bro, I like dudes. They just to give it all, man. They just want to fight. That's gonna be another one. Watch that one, people. Watch that one. That's gonna be a good one.
The Zone is bringing us his action this weekend. And before we get up out of here, I just want to talk it up real quick because next weekend we'll go in depth. It'll be part of our fight week. But Border Wars, man. I'm excited for Border Wars because I'm hearing the return of a few guys. I'm just going to throw a few names at that. I think Robert the Genius is in the title bout.
Robert, yep.
The return, Ness is in the bout. The return of Young Ali, right? The heavyweight division action.
Oh, and he going against ASAP.
Yeah, man. Bro. ASAP made his debut last year in Milwaukee, right?
Yeah. No, was that the last Border Wars? Yeah. Last one. Yep.
Yeah, man.
No. Was that Florida?
No, it was Milwaukee after Florida.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's when he made his. Yeah, ASAP looked good. So him and Ned, they're gonna be a good one, man.
Because remember, that was the one with Elias the Lion and Tank in the main event.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Super Mex and Jerome Special Forces Wolf is in action. That's heavyweight division action.
Yeah, that's Super Met, but shout out Super Met, man. Trill, but he gonna get in there, man.
Yo, this dude is like the Border Wars. Like he's like the James Toney of Border Wars. He gonna talk his shit, win or lose. He coming in at the cruise,
and he gonna give you that work, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
Shout it. Y'all think big people can't fight? Yeah.
Nah,
Med's gonna show you.
Nah, definitely. We're gonna give the people, a little bit more information about it as it comes, but give the people your information before we get up out of here.
Boom. One more time. It's the Fans Corner, DAFANSCORNER. I'm on IG, Twitter, and YouTube. I always come on the show when my man asks me to come through. It's not a problem, no matter what time. If we talking boxing, man, it's always fun. Love giving my little insight on what I think. Love hearing his, you know what I'm saying? That sparring session we do. And yeah, that's where we at, Decatur, Georgia, baby.
Yeah, hey, listen, man, this is my guy, Goodfellas, man. If you only knew, man. And listen, we'll be back next week. Another episode. I'm working on something special for you guys. I'm trying to bring a little bit of feminine essence and some other levels of expertise to the show. Hopefully she doesn't flake on me again. But Lidz Low is in the house with me, and we getting this thing done, man. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, the championship rounds. We out of here.
You heard.